What is up, you guys? Ah, this is so weird, and I feel like I look like a completely different person since the last time I filmed a video. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Oh, I'm like really happy filming this right now. So it has been over a month since I last posted a video. I kind of decided to take a break from YouTube, from actually all social media, from a few other things. But yeah, I really don't even know the direction I'm trying to take this. I don't have much time. I just put my kids down for a nap. We spent the day, half of the day, doing like errands and stuff like that. I grabbed you a coffee, sit down, and I wanted to give you a little bit of a life update, what's been going on, the future of this channel, what else, the exciting things that are happening. Why am I like, okay. So a little over a month ago, actually, I mean, for the last year, and then the last 6 months, but for real, over a month ago when I decided to take a break, I kind of wasn't really feeling like myself. Obviously, like, yeah, I was myself, but like deep down spiritually, I did not feel like fulfilled, connected, which then messes me up mentally, basically. What's it called? Let me take a sip of this. By the way, I have been recently trying iced mochas, and they are so good. At least the one I get is good. But I felt like God was really speaking to me about reprioritizing and reconnecting back with him. Okay, I'm gonna give you like a backstory, because if you don't like personally know me, then you probably like don't really know me, how I grew up, where I come from. So a backstory. I grew up in the church. I grew up in the Christian church since the day I was born. My dad was a big part of my life. He is the one who introduced, obviously, God to us, to my family, to my siblings. He was a very, very strong man of God. He was an amazing person. Sorry, like I say, I don't really know where I'm taking this. And I always knew from a really young age that, not just from the words my dad would tell me, like, God has big plans for you, trust him, there's a bigger purpose for your life, this and that. Like, those words have been spoken. Told myself I wasn't gonna cry. Gosh, okay. This is like genuinely like me being my most authentic self with you and with myself. So I heard those words like growing up my entire life. And obviously, like, I've always believed in God, but it wasn't until my dad passed away, 2012, like 2 weeks before my 20th birthday, where like life got really real for me. And that was when I started to be on my own. I was halfway through college, and I just had a lot of decisions to make as far as like what path I was gonna take, because there was times where it got really dark for me, and there was times where I had a lot of joy, and it was just kind of, the seasons of my life kept changing. And at the back of my mind, I always knew that like God was there. But it wasn't until, like I said, like my dad passed away, where my faith became my own, and he became very real in my life, and saved me from a lot of stuff that I was going through. I was having a lot of anxiety and panic attacks, and honestly what felt like depression, because I got to the point where I was like in my senior year of college, and I just didn't even want to get out of bed in the morning. I felt like there was no reason for it. Like, I had really bad thoughts, and I never really talked about this to anybody except maybe like 1 or 2 people. But I was just like, God, you gotta do something, like, because it's kind of like when you have that battle in your mind and the thoughts just start spiraling to the point where like I remember I was driving to class or to school one day. I was driving down the street and I was just like, I don't even know if I like verbally yelled at God, but I'm like, you have to do something, like, because if you don't show up for me right now, I can't do this another day. Like I can't do this. Like I don't want to do this anymore. And that's when it got really like scary for me, and I did not know I was gonna go down this road, but maybe somebody needs to hear this. And so he did. I started connecting with different people, people who obviously were believers. They would pray for me, they would encourage me, and I just started to have a shift in my mindset. And just a lot has happened obviously since then. That was my senior year of college. A lot has happened since then. That was 2014. Here's 10 years later and I have a whole different life. Nonetheless, since then I've become a mom, a wife, I've had kids. I've had a career, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. But through all of that, it was almost as if like I'm just like, my life felt like a freaking roller coaster. I'm like, God, like, I know I'm a wife, I know I'm a mom, but like, what, those are gifts that you've given me. Like, what is like my purpose beyond that? Because, you know, I think a lot of the things that we struggle with is identity, who we are. You know, I know a lot of us have parental issues growing up. Mom wasn't there, dad wasn't there, maybe didn't have the greatest relationship, and so a lot of the things that we identify with are rooted in those things that, if they're negative, obviously they have a negative impact on your thoughts, on your life, on your identity, who you are, what you think your worth is. And wow, we're getting really deep. Like, I did not think, but I guess this is my story, so it has to be on my channel somehow, somewhere, and I think now's the time. So fast forward to now. I'm just gonna fast forward to now. So right shortly before I turned 30, I'm 30 right now. I'll be 31 next month. But God was telling me that your 30th year is gonna be very different. Your 30th year is gonna be very different. And I felt it so strong. And since that, like, he has most definitely showed me and put people across my path and showed me glimpses of how this year was going to be a turning point in my life. And I'm not perfect. I am not trying to live a perfect life. I am no better than anybody else. But I just have come to the point where I just, like, I've already done it all. Like, the devil has such a subtle way of making you think that, oh, if you follow God, you're not gonna have fun anymore. There goes your life. People are gonna think you're crazy. People are gonna think you're weird. People think you're too goody two shoes. You're too good for no. You name it, I've probably already done it. And that's with me already knowing God, okay? I have strayed down my own path so many times, partying, drinking, getting drunk, toxic relationships. Like, I have already done it all. Like, you want to sit down and have a talk with me? Let's talk. And when it came down to the purpose God had for my life, I just felt very, I don't want to say unworthy, but I guess that's the word, because I'm just like, God, you know, the things that I've done, the people I used to hang out with, the relationships I used to be in, like, just all kinds of things. And he's just like, I already knew everything you were going to do, all the mistakes you were going to make, and I still created you. God does not make junk. He does not create by accident. He didn't create you and say, oops, like, I did not mean to do that. Like, oops, like, no, that was a mistake. I don't remember who I heard this from, but they said God creates for a purpose and on purpose. So for any of you that feel like you weren't supposed to be born, or you were a mistake, or maybe you heard that growing up from your parents or people in your family, like you were supposed to be a boy, you were supposed to be a girl, or you know, like you were an accident thing. Like, God does not create on accident, and you are exactly who you're supposed to be. You are loved, and he does have a great purpose for your life, for my life, no matter what you've done, no matter how many mistakes you've made. And he is just a good father like that. And when my dad died, who was my entire world, God had to do some work on me, as far as identifying myself from being my dad's daughter to his daughter, to God, you know, being God's daughter. My eyes are watering so bad right now, I can't even see the camera. And so it has been a process, and it is still a process, and I understand that a lot of people shy away from the Christian church because of all the hypocrisy, of the feeling of being judged. I understand. I was once there too. I've gone through all of that, and I have also been a hypocrite myself, like, but it's just, he deserves so much more than that. And I was tired of, for even just a second, if anybody got that impression from me of being that kind of person or follower of God, where my life wasn't reflecting any different from anybody else. When you are truly following God and you are just like this with him, your life will shine. Your light will reflect a difference. And I've seen, because I've seen other people like that. Like, I grew up seeing my own dad, where he just had just like this peace, and this, like, people would just, what's the word? I don't know what the word is, but I grew up with, thankfully, a dad who obviously was very present in my life, but who walked the walk and talked the talk. Like, he was also a police officer, served in San Diego for pretty much my entire life, which is, you don't hear about that often, but he used him being a police officer to spread the love of God with the people he worked with people he even had to arrest. Like, when it, you know, obviously there's time and place for everything, but like, just whenever the opportunity was presented to him, he took it. And I just admired that so much about him. And he also came out of drug addiction and alcoholism, and just so much that God completely changed his life. Because of that, God has completely changed my life. So just being able to change generations, and that's what I'm here for. Wow, this is so deep. Okay, this is where I'm at. This is like, over the last month, the catalyst to all of this, to me taking a break, to me really stepping into not caring anymore, to just saying, okay, God, I give up. Because for so long I ran away from him. And obviously, like, I don't mean in a bad way, but I just was just like, and I wouldn't even, it's not like I would ask God for a million things. I would just be like, God, no. Like, when you feel like the purpose on your life is so big that it scares you, and you feel undeserving of it, and that's just kind of where I was. But I saw this post on Instagram, like, before I took a break, and it was really the catalyst to all of this. And the post said something like, or I was watching a YouTube video actually, and she said, you can't try to build the kingdom and try to build a platform. Like, it doesn't really go hand in hand. But if you try to build the kingdom as your priority, and God then hands you the platform as well, then he's gonna do what he wants with it. And if that makes sense, like, I shouldn't, this is for me, my personal experience, but like, I'm over here, you know, trying to build this platform on YouTube, and like, what for what, you know? just to make videos, because this is a lot of work. Like, I have 3 little kids, and sitting down at a computer late at night filming these videos or editing these videos is a lot of work. Filming is a lot of work. And I just got to the point like where I've received messages where it's like, you know, you've helped me, which is awesome, which is like my goal. Like, I want to be able to help you, women, moms, like friends, anybody, like anybody. It doesn't matter. I just want this channel to have a purpose. Like a purpose, and I wanted to reflect him. I want my life to reflect him. And it got to the point where I felt so convicted by that, where I just felt like my priorities, he hit me hard with that one. He was just like, all of the gifts I have given you, this is like what I was hearing from God, like all the gifts that I have given you, your talents, your gifts, I'm not gonna go into that, but he goes, they're not for you. Like, all of that is for me. And I was just like, whoa. And this channel, I told him, I'm just like, if this is not what you want me to do, I won't do it. Like, please make it very clear to me like what you want me to do, because if you want me to keep this channel, then I want it to go exactly how you want it to go, your plans, your purpose. Like, I want it to be for you. And that's just where I'm at. That is what I've been up to. So for the last month, I got off all social media. I unplugged, and I told myself I was gonna wake up at 5:30 every single morning before my kids, who usually wake up between 7 and 7:30 or something like that, so I can start spending time with God again, so I can pray, so I can read my word, so I can just reignite, re-flourish, nourish our relationship. And that's what it is. It's a relationship. And so many people say, oh, well, you're religious now. Or like, if that comment were to be made, it's like, no, no, I'm not. I want a relationship with the one who created me, with the one who thought of me into existence, with my Heavenly Father, with the one who has the plans for my life that are better than the plans I think I have for my own life. And I'm at the point where I have just gone through so much in my life that I don't even question what he's doing anymore. Like, I know he's good, and whatever happens. Like, my life is literally in his hands. Like, nothing is gonna pass him by. He's not gonna like let you slip through his fingers like, oops, sorry, like I didn't mean for that to happen. Like, that's not who he is. He truly is good. And over the last month, it has been amazing. He has spoken to me so much. He has put people across my path to give me just messages that I know are from him, and I'm hearing him, and it's just like confirmation just through and through. And I had told my husband that I was, you know, going to, I guess, fast from certain things, give up certain things for the month, so I can really just connect with God, and really nothing else mattered. And he has been extremely supportive. And if my butt did not wake up at 5:30, he was waking me up. And I'm still here, still waking up early, still spending time with God. And if this is you and you feel like your life was at a standstill, or you weren't able to truly experience his joy or the fullness of him, of your life, or maybe you literally have no idea what I'm talking about, like you've never heard God spoken about like this, message me on Instagram. I'm gonna put my Instagram on the screen. I would say comment, but that's a little not private. So message me, seriously. If you want to talk, I'm not even kidding, please message me on Instagram. I'm gonna put it on the screen, because that's what I want this channel to be, a community where really it's a safe place, where I can be my authentic self, and this is me, and this is the direction I'm choosing to go with my life, and I just don't care anymore. Like I said, I'm not missing out on anything. The world has nothing planned good for me. And trust me, as much as there was so much good out of this last month I spent with him, there has been a lot of tests as well, of course. But once I started to see that, I'm just like, bye. Not today, Satan, you are a liar. And you know, I can't sit here and say like, oh, this is what God has planned for me, because I don't know. I just know that I'm listening to him. I'm being patient. I know that his timing is perfect. I really, really, really believe that. And obviously I'm still gonna do my mom vlogs and house vlogs and all of that, because that's literally my everyday life. But things might start to look different, or maybe our talks on here might start to look different. But if you're not here for that, or if you came to my channel and you're not about any of what I'm talking about right now, you can unsubscribe. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. But if anything is lingering you to subscribe, if this is your first time watching my channel, or stay, like I said, please message me, let's talk. I'm also not here for negativity, so if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. We all have our own beliefs, our own morals, and this is me and my life and what I believe, and what we are trying to build as a family. And maybe one of you who are watching, my camera ran out of space. I was saying that maybe you were really close to giving up on God, and you came across my video. Don't give up on him. I know that life can get really hard. Trust me, I know. He says, if you seek me with all of your heart, you'll find me. You will find me, and I will reveal treasures to you that you have not yet known. I will reveal myself to you. And it just, when you really experience all that he is, and his joy and his peace that literally is beyond anything this world can offer you, it changes your life. It changes your life. And I'm not saying that I've arrived or I've came to know all of he is. No, that's gonna take our entire lives, but I understand that it's a process, and he's with me in this process. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, this is my life now, and this, no, like I'm perfect and I'm, no. I'm saying that God is really good, and he, as many times as we stray away from him or we are faithless, he continues to pursue us, because he is a good dad like that. He's a good father like that. And he just like I have my own kids, and I would never give up on my kids. He's the same way. So his grace and his goodness is just beyond me, and I'm just very thankful, and I'm grateful, and I'm excited for what he wants to do in my life and in my family. And all he wants is your yes. That's it. So that's what I have done, and that's what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do. So yeah, I hope all of that made sense. Like, don't even know, I'm gonna have to, when I'm editing this, or if I'm even gonna edit this, but I'm gonna see it, play it back, and you know. But yeah, that's where I'm at, and yeah, I'm excited. I have a lot of exciting things coming too. Like I said, my birthday is next month. My husband and I actually share the same birthday. I don't know if I've ever said that on this channel. We literally were born on the same day, May 12th, 1992. So that's also crazy, and always will be. And I'm actually taking a trip, a solo trip to the East Coast at the end of this month to watch my brother graduate college. So I'm so excited to be with my mom and my sisters, and it's just gonna be a quick weekend trip, but nonetheless, very needed, and I'm excited. Never been on a trip by myself before. And yeah, just the summer's coming up, and I clearly I'm here making this video because I am choosing to continue to do YouTube and see, you know, what plans it has and where it will go from this day forward. I'm probably gonna post this after this weekend, which is Easter, so sometime next week, but when you're watching this, it'll probably be, like I said, after Easter, so happy Easter. This week means everything and the power that it actually holds and all that God has done for us just to have a relationship with us again. So I love Easter. It makes me so emotional, like ever since I was little. So yeah, if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe. That would mean a lot. Like I said, I'm gonna repeat it again. If you want to kind of chat a little bit more, message me on Instagram. We can talk there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched the entire video, thank you. You are a real one. I will see you guys in the next video. Love you guys.